Okay, for some reason, the noise sounds much better on my phone, and I finally figured out how to record on my phone without it washing the color out because for my last video when I was trying to record on my phone, it completely washed the color out when I imported the video into my computer and I had to like color grade it a little bit just to get like some of the color back, but it like turned it all gray and stuff, which is weird. But I figured it out, so now we're finally gonna get some quality camera quality. Yeah, maybe sometimes I'm gonna record on my laptop because I don't have a phone holder. My phone case is a little too thick. Okay, I'm gonna make some food. How I make my sandwiches. All right, let's go. Before I put anything on the turkey, I want to spray it with a little bit of oil and then put some black pepper and some salt on it. Then we put cheese on top of that to make it like, a little onion dumpling. Okay, let's put that in a little oven air fryer thingy majiggy. And usually I would add some avocado, but I am feeling a little bloated and I don't feel like adding avocado because it does make me full pretty fast. So I'm gonna chop up some lettuce and tomatoes while the thing is a little like toasting up in there. So what I'm gonna be eating, it's some grapes, a sandwich, and maybe some like passion fruit juice. I've completely forgot what it was. Probably gonna munch on this while I watch some YouTube documentaries, pretty much. You do not need to know how many times I had to retake this because I ended up coughing for 2 minutes straight. So here I am. Anyways. Oh my god. I ate I didn't know it tasted that bad. I never tried the flavor before, but I tried Halls, little cough drops or something, and it's cherry flavored and it tastes like dentist toothpaste. I don't know if you guys like that. I don't like that. Damn, it's raspy up in here. Oh my gosh. These are like get the taste out. I drank water, but I just made it worse. It tastes like really bitter toothpaste. And I like minced toothpaste, but this tastes like those cherry bubblegum toothpaste they offer you at the dentist. Like, what flavor do you want? And they all taste like the same taste of cement. You people who enjoy that terrify me. Anyways, I never really introduced myself, so hello, I'm Taskina. Taskina. I feel like I cut off when I was saying my own name. I want to talk about how things that satisfy me in my life and how I am able to implement that. So usually before I would literally play like hours and hours on end. And I really had like a lot of hobbies during then. And I was really experimenting with my hobbies for like every day for the past few years and I figured out what I did like and I did not like. I decluttered my whole room. I did not let anything go to waste. I actually wanted to tackle some things that I never really went back to because I never even knew I had them or I completely missed out on them. There's this consistent hobby that I have and I always do it. It's crochet. I just really like it. I like doing stitch by stitch and I really love like purposeful things. I really love doing purposeful things. Like this birthday gift was really nice because it's very purposeful. It's really cute. I just love having something that serves me instead of me serving something else. My phone, the current thing that I'm recording on, I didn't buy a separate camera. I wanted to make sure that this phone camera can be put to use because I barely take pictures of myself. So now here we are. I have the same phone case for the past 4 to 5 years. I think it is time for me to get a new case. It is. But I really love being purposeful and I'm starting to be not really starting to, but I've been being purposeful. So I've been using this yarn, crocheting a wrist rest. I think I already said that. And I haven't been reading for a while, so I'm also picking up a book because I've been reading or finishing a book like every month, about 2 to 3 books every month. So I didn't read for about a month. I was pretty busy because last month it was a lot of assignments, a lot of work to get done because, the semester was coming to an end and I had to study and do all those crazy stuff. So I couldn't really get myself to read because I was so burnt out. But I'm gonna read this book. I hope this book is really nice. I haven't really picked up a book for so long. So this is like, it feels nice again. Like, wow, wow, girl. I can't wait to read this. I haven't read this. I heard that a lot of people read this during high school, but I didn't get a chance to. It wasn't on my list. at all, and it was not an assignment. Yeah, we actually barely read any books during high school. Actually, they did, but it was very different. It was some other books, but okay. I'm gonna show you like some things, like just little things that I have that I literally haven't used for a long while, like a year or so, or a few years, or even like almost a decade. So let me just show you. One day, one day you guys will see me tackling this because holy, it is like a gem. I also have like so many envelopes and stickers, and I always was like dreaming about, not really dreaming, but I always wanted to like write letters to people and my friends, and I just love doing that because it's just so fun decorating them. Here are like some of the decorated finished envelopes that I did, but I just don't have anyone to write to as of currently, but I'll get to that. I also have like a lot of art supplies. Ever since I started like decluttering, or I did declutter, I saw so much art supplies that I had and I started using them. So I kind of finished half of my art supplies. I've been just, it's like bootleg project pan. I just get to them when I get to them. But here, it is a little messy. I'm a little resourceful as well because that used to be a pudding cup and I just started using it as a water cup where I dip my paintbrushes in. Another thing I really like is this microphone. I love singing. So that's another thing. Also, I have these two coloring books that I've been using so far. So this one is my coloring pencil coloring book for my markers or watercolor that I usually use for this one. That if I'm feeling a little puzzly in my brain, I have a Sudoku book. Oh, that's upside down. I mean, okay. And I was thinking maybe in the future I can upload stuff about my hobbies and stuff like that I usually do. But I wanted this video to be about like something that doesn't give you purpose, but you give purpose that to that item. Things that helped me throughout really just living and feeling more immersed with life itself and the nature, and also just seeing with my own eyes, like as proof that I am living, that I am a living thing in this world. I finished two coloring books. That's self-explanatory. Every time my class would end or something, or I finally got a break, I would just take some time, color, and just think for a little bit. With my eyes, I just feel like I'm witnessing myself living an experience. And I feel like that's how it should feel. Because before, maybe during my childhood, I had a lot of screen time. And I mean, I can definitely remember a lot of my childhood. It's just, I would love to live more in my 20s since I finally reached it. I don't believe that we should feel like we are owed to these items. If something is really like something that you cannot tackle through, or something that you cannot continue, and you keep saying that you will continue it, think about giving it away to someone. Would you give it away to someone? You're like, no, but I will eventually come back to it. When? I give away a lot of my stuff. A lot of my things went to recycling, donations, gifts. When people want them, I wouldn't just give them something used without them, not knowing. I would ask them, would you want this? And it just, decluttering my space just felt like so relaxing to me. It just felt like I could finally breathe in this room, this very room. And I know where everything is. Want to pick up a hobby if I'm bored. I write in my whiteboard what I'm going to do for the month, my goals, all these things. They're supposed to serve you. They're supposed to serve your living experience. You're not supposed to continuously buy things. There was a time where we were so skeptical of businesses back then, where every time we saw an ad, we'd always be like, is this really good? Where's a dupe version? Or let's compare prices with this, or did I ever need to use this? Businesses would literally go out their way trying to convince you, and now everything's just Amazon must have, you can't live without this, or so and so on. And people are so bored with their money that they're always buying these things because they feel like it's going to serve them. But how long have you been serving yourself? How long have you let these items that you already have serve you? I really reflected on this, especially since I always journal like almost every day, or every day I see past entries and I see what can make me or allow me to experience my life more, to be able to remember more. There's so many things that I've done and I have not done. So, all of these things that I have is my living proof. I have my coloring books, I have my crochet, and I really love crochet because I feel like even if I'm taking the time to just unwind and just think and maybe watch a show at the same time, that I'm still making something purposeful at the same time as well. And I really love that. It's very satisfying feeling. You don't need a hobby, but everyone has a hobby. I believe that everyone has a hobby. Even doom scrolling is your hobby, right? But I don't doom scroll. But it just feels very nice. It feels satisfying to live this way, to not be able to feel like you have to buy things every 2 seconds. And all the things I have are usually things I had within decades, and they just built up, just things from my childhood, like I have so many things that I had ever since I was 6 years old and I never touched them again. And now I'm touching them. So that's fun. And I feel like I'm really living my own experience because so many years and times and minutes really just go away that fast. Like, you don't understand how fast time goes. As I'm recording this, night's going to come. I'm going to sleep another day and I'm going to wake up another day and another morning. And it's just going to go like that for another year. And another year really just passes that fast. So I want to make the best of it, to experience and live and immerse with life while also doing things that can help build me up and also build you guys up. So I hope you can take something from this because we really don't need all of this. All we need is usually ourselves and maybe to socialize with others, to not live with regrets. Okay, don't even get me started on my thread collection. I actually need to get rid of those. This is actually a decade old. I have so many embroidery threads, but I actually don't enjoy the hobby anymore. I had it for about like 10 years, but I really did not know who to give it to. So if I maybe find someone who actually, uses embroidery thread, I will definitely give those away. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I just wanted to talk about things that help me immerse with life and the things that I usually do in my free time or to pass time, things that make me happy instead of doom scrolling or staying behind digital screens all the time. And also just do things that you enjoy. You don't have to master anything. You don't have to like everything. Just experiment. But when you're experimenting, make sure not to buy like 100 things of the same hobby. And then, because that's just feeding the very over consumerist mindset. That's what they want you to do. But experiment a little bit. You probably find your niche and just enjoy life. Immerse with life. Okay, don't give these businesses what they want. They want you to constantly feel insecure about yourself. They always promise you this will fill the void within you or this is what you actually need, but you really don't need it. You honestly have and is capable of making yourself happy with just the hobbies and just the things that you like within your niche or things that you're experimenting, but you do not have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars of hobbies that will literally, ruin your bank account and make the businesses happy and they do not care whether it serves you or not. They just care that you bought it. But yeah, allow yourself to give purpose to things and not the other way around.